Hey you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kelsey if you are new here, and today I'll be showing you my updated signature makeup look. It's been a minute since I've done an updated makeup routine, so this is much needed. I've got a few new products, some oldie but goodies, as well as some new makeup techniques that I've learned throughout the year. I would love to show you all how I, beat this face. So of course, before I start my makeup, I keep in mind where I'm going, the environment that I'm gonna be in. So I always use products that work for my skin tone, work for my skin texture, just so my makeup lasts throughout the day and it's giving what it needs to give, okay? My specific skin type is combination. So sometimes it's oily and dry in certain areas. I try to use a combination of hydrating and mattifying products. So if you are the same and have the same skin type as me, you can follow my technique and create your own routine that works for you. So first things first, I'm gonna use a primer on my skin. That is number one before I put on any makeup product. So I'll be using the Milani Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. And this has hyaluronic acid and coconut water infused. So this is a very hydrating, moisturizing primer. If you have dry skin, this is gonna be perfect for you. Next, I'm going to spot correct. And with that, I'm gonna use the Revolution Pro Ultimate Full Coverage Crease Proof Concealer. Y'all, I'm using the shade C11.2. And this is just a really thick concealer that corrects any discoloration, dark circles, any redness, and it blends really smooth and evenly on your skin. So I like to put this on the back of my hand and just spread it out. Just blend it underneath my eyes. And I'm never worried that this is gonna cake up because it's literally creaseless and I'm applying a very thin layer. So when I go in to add more makeup on top, it's just going to be that seamless foundation coverage that I need to put on the rest of the makeup. So, and then I'm just gonna put whatever's left on my eyelid or on my chin area or wherever you have like discoloration. As you can see, it concealed, it color corrected just a little bit, not too much, but it did what needed to be done to put on the rest of the makeup. Next, I'm going to apply my Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 345. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. So I'm gonna apply this with my Morphe M439 brush, and this is really good to use for foundation because it buffs and spreads the foundation around without it, causing any streaks. With foundation, I like to use the less is more technique. So I'm just gonna pat a little bit on the back of my hand and just press this into my skin. And I make sure I blend my foundation to my ear and my hairline. As you can see, I'm pressing this foundation into my skin instead of swiping it around like in a circular motion. This technique just allows the foundation to spread evenly on your skin. This foundation dries super fast, so I recommend just doing one side at a time. This may seem like it's a lot, but we're going for natural, trust me. So now that that's all blended out, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer in the shade Teddy. So with this product, I'm gonna go in with a similar buffing brush, but this one is more tapered and smaller. So when using a cream product, I like to wet my brushes first. So I'm just gonna spray my Morphe, any setting spray that you have, you can use, but I like to use the Morphe one. So with blending out any cream bronzer or contour product, you want to blend not underneath your cheekbone, but above it. I'm just going to go on top of the cheekbone and press the product into that area. And as you can see, I'm stopping like right here, like where the end of my eyebrow ends, and just going back and forth, blending it out. That just gave my skin a more snatched look, and it just, you know, lifted my cheekbones just a little bit, you know. So I'm just gonna press the rest around my hairline. And right now, I'm just blending that bronzer into my skin before I add any more product, because, you know, you can't really go back when it comes to darker products. So you want to really take your time in blending and spreading the product around. So for my jawline, I like to go a little bit on top and just literally stop right there, and then add bronzer underneath my chin right here. So as you can see, the bronzer is, you know, doing its job, okay? So we're just gonna make it a little bit more softer and blend out with the rest of our makeup. So I'm gonna go in with the back of the Beauty Blender and blend the bronzer into the rest of the makeup, just so you don't see where like it begins and ends, as you can, you know, see right here. So now that that's all blended out, this next step is completely optional. I'm going to lightly contour my cheeks. So with that, I'm going to use the Black Opal foundation stick in the shade Sweet Espresso. You're probably wondering, why are you using two dark shades on your face? I'll give you an answer. So with the bronzer, its purpose is to bring back the warmth of your skin tone. And a contour color is supposed to add that deep neutral shadow that some of us naturally have on our cheekbones. So it's just all in, you know, your preference and how you want your features to appear. So with this product, as you can see, it has that, you know, almost like a muddy neutral gray undertone to it, which contour colors are supposed to have. So we're not going to put much of this product on, just enough to get that deep sunken snatched look, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to apply this in a small C motion on my cheekbones. So now I'm taking a kind of like an angled foundation brush. As you can see, I'm pressing it in that like same C motion. And of course, before we move on to set any of this, I'm going to blend it out again. If you need to, you can go back in with that foundation brush to blend out all the cream products that we applied. To set my under eye area, I'm going to use the Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Naturally Neutral. I've had this powder for such a long time because this one is just, it works. When you know something, you like the way it works, it just works. You just keep, you stick to it, you know? And so I just went in and just tapped lightly into that powder. I'm gonna press this powder into my under eye. So I'm just pressing the powder everywhere that I applied my concealer. While that sets, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. To fill them in, I like to use the NYX Professional Micro Brow Pencil. The color that I'm using is brunette. Now I'm just gonna take my EcoTools Full Powder Face Brush and just lightly dust that off my face. Well, I'm not really dusting it off, but pressing it into my skin, so it's setting the makeup at the same time. Right on top, I'm lightly going to use my Sephora Micro Smooth Setting Powder in the shade Tan 35. This is not like a foundation press powder. I'm just using this to give the rest of my face a light, smooth tint to it. So I'm pressing this on the perimeter of my face, just using this to set everywhere else. So to bronze my face, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Powder in the shade Chai. And to apply this, I'm just using a fluffy round brush, and I'm just lightly pressing this bronzer into my cheeks. Where I applied that cream bronzer, I'm applying it right on top. And also applying it on my forehead. And right after, you can take any clean, flat foundation brush, powder brush, and you wanna make sure all the powder products, you wanna make sure that powder bronzer is blended into your skin, just so that the bronzer we applied, you know, everywhere else, you know, blends seamlessly into like my natural skin tone. And y'all, keep in mind, it's always good to overblend instead of not blending enough. Next, I'm going to apply blush. I'm gonna use the NARS blush in the shade Orgasm. To apply this, I'm just gonna use a fluffy blush brush and press this right on top of my cheekbones, almost where I applied that bronzer. And whatever's left on this brush, I lightly dusted on my forehead. I love a dimensional face, as you can tell, as you can see. Oh, you guys, I forgot to contour my nose. I don't do this often, but when I do, it's very subtle and light. I'll just take, you know, the bronzer that I used for my face and just go along the bridge of my nose and right up here into the eyebrow. And you don't want to go like right here to blend it out. You want to go like literally on top of your nose to blend it. And even though I didn't put that much product on my nose, I'm still going to blend it out. To highlight my skin, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in the shade Afternoon Snack in Mo Honey. To apply highlighter, I usually use a fan brush or like a small eyeshadow brush to apply it. And I'm just going to fan that highlighter right on top of my cheekbone right here. And as you can see, the NARS blush kind of already had a sheen to it, so it gives me a good starting point of where to apply my highlighter. So when highlighting the center of my face, I like to use an eyeshadow brush. So I'm just going to lightly dust this on my chin, Cupid's bow, a little on the tip of the nose, and a small amount right in the center. Then of course I'm gonna go right on top and lightly brush off any excess powder from that highlight. So for the eye look, I'm gonna do something really natural and easy. I find using natural and neutral colors on my eyes, just, you know, it just goes with everything. So for this look, I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Hill, oh, this is an old palette. So first I'm gonna go in with these two shades, which are just warm neutral browns, and I'm going to apply it on my crease area. So since I have a like larger lid space, I'm gonna use like really big circular motions to apply this, just so that it blends evenly onto my entire crease area. But honestly, you could use your powder bronzer as an eyeshadow and apply it on your crease area like I'm doing now. It's gonna give the same effect as if you're, you know, using a brown eyeshadow. Next, I'm gonna go in with a matte beige color right here and press this onto my eyelid. I'm gonna go in with this color a couple times just to make it more opaque. And y'all, that is it for the eyeshadow, literally. Next, I'm just gonna apply my Kiss Professional Volume and Define Mascara. For lashes, I've been, you know, keeping it natural, either wearing mascara or really natural false lashes. Today, I'll be reusing my Ardell Naturally Wispy Lashes. Now that the lashes are on, you want to apply a light coat of mascara just to blend your natural lashes into the falsies. Okay, now the eyes are complete, we can move on to the lips. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe and wipe away any excess makeup. As you can see, by doing this, it really helps define your natural lips. I'm gonna use the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Downtown Beauty. So when I finish lining my lips, I like to fill it in a little bit, just so when I apply my lipstick, which is gonna be a nude, blends well to the lip liner. So the first lipstick I'm gonna use is the Morphe Mega Matte Lipstick in this shade Commit. I wore this to death like 2 years ago. This was like my go-to nude. Next, right in the center, I'm gonna use the MAC lipstick in the shade Peach Stock. A really nice peachy nude. Perfect for like tan, caramel skin tones. This is a satin lipstick, so it's gonna create a little bit of sheen. As you can see, the lip liner isn't completely blended into the lipstick. So what I like to do is take a small crease brush and blend the lip liner into the lipstick. So we're not gonna leave the lips like this, something's missing. Right on top, I'm gonna apply my Sephora lip gloss in the shade Yes Honey. So I'm going to put a light amount on the center of my lips and a little bit on top. So to completely set and lock in this makeup look, I'm gonna use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And really quick, I'm going back into my Fenty Beauty highlighter and dabbing that into my inner tear duct area just to brighten up the look a little bit, you know. Okay, you guys, this is the completed makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned a few new things that you guys can incorporate in your makeup routine. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.